designated driver always has to be their player. This is a good analogy. Don't laugh.
This is fine. This is fine.
Laugh. Good.
Laugh.
Are you gonna start to use a video camera?
I currently don't have a webcam.
Oh yeah, because those linked to the laptop. Huh?
Yes.
That makes sense.
I would love to, but I'm gonna need to buy one first.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Understandable.
You have a nice day, Jack.
I don't know about that.
Ba-ba-ba. Rural platform to red line did not demonstrate it is not where it is, it is above the central market.
Okay, sure. Higher.
Yeah, higher.
Cool.
You go up a rope.
I'm scaling up a rope and I'm drunk as fuck.
You actually, if you're leaving the vertical platform, you're scaling down.
Down a rope. I'm gonna die.
No, but it's very high and it's swaying a little bit. It's just a breeze, Jack. As a swift wind goes through your hair, it's about 10, 11 o'clock at night. You still smell the sort of wet grass, mossy smell, like you sometimes feel in the summer when it's night out and it's just after a bad storm. But like you can smell the worms in the air. You walk out, you feel the crunch of the grass underneath your feet as you just kind of stand around. The sky is like a weird, almost like a dark cream color with the clouds, and you feel like you're sitting upon a skyline that you've never truly appreciated before like you have now. You feel like it infiltrates your nasal cavities and your nose and your mouth and your ears. It's just a barrage. This is to let you know what's going on, who you are. That's Kaedan as he steps outside tonight. So, what's Kaedan doing?
Kaedan is extremely drunk.
He's very, very drunk. His inhibitions are all awfully all over the place, I bet. What's Kaedan like when he's drunk? When he's like recovering from drinking? When he's not actively drinking, but he's still so drunk.
So when he's trying to sober up, or when he's just like passively like he's done for the night.
I assume you're done for the night unless you're walking and drinking or climbing and drinking.
Yeah, he's done for the night. He tends to have a little bit of a strange gait. Kind of emulates a limp in his left leg that only really comes out when he's drunk. And as he walks, he just paces back and forth, just quietly plucking away at his lute. Just murmuring in Elven.
The sound drifts in and out of the tree line. Almost everyone in Axtolia is sleeping, trying to sleep, or somewhere else at this time, but you still feel the music from your shrunken fingers just lazily playing through the air.
What is happening?
You struggle with your mental stability, all the new events that's happened before, new events that happen after, all that you're during, and the groups you're going with, repressed emotions of people who've left you, your father, a ghoul, Ritzal, the mayor, Jerome, Bear, Abaddon, Darius, Richard, Key, your mother, your sister, all playing, mirage of faces going through your head. You can beat with the music that you play.
Everyone hides something. Everyone. Even Mom. I didn't think that there were any secrets here, but the longer I stay, the more confused I get. I don't know if this is really home. And he just kind of gets to the edge of the platform and hangs his legs off the side. Just kind of looks out at the trees. Looks down at that little talisman that he keeps around his neck and just kind of holds it.
It's a little cold, a little warm. It feels brand new, it feels old. It feels, part of you feels incomprehensibly different. It feels strange.
Where did she go?
West. East. Hear a falling of footsteps to the right behind you, and a man figure drops off to the right of where you are. Say his legs also dangling off the sides. Short cropped, graying silver hair. Has a meat drumstick in his right hand, passively chewing it, staring off at the same thing as you are.
Is it Jaroon?
It is true.
I don't really look at him. I just keep looking forward. Like, I acknowledge that he's there, but...
Two men sitting on top of the tree platform,
5 feet apart because they're not gay.
5 feet apart 'cause they're not gay. Hundreds of feet in the air, dead of night, nothing else around, just staring at the tree silently.
He looks up at the branches. And takes a few seconds to respond, and he... How did you know her, Jaroon? My mother.
She used to live here before she went to the Suvan.
Well, yeah, you've told me that much. But how did you know her? What was she like? What did you know her by?
I love you, young lady. Heart of an angel, eyes that saw something more. I always felt bad for her.
Why?
Your whole family, you, your sister, your mom, mainly. You have something unfair going on against you. She saw that. She left because she had to.
I could have gone with her.
Yeah, you could.
Did she ever come back when she left?
Once, right before she left, right after she left you. With her daughter and
Yeah. Did you ever meet Evelyn?
no, she didn't stay long. She only left to give me the cape you're wearing. Said she wanted you to have it sometime, somewhere.
I've been here for 3 years.
He hadn't earned it yet.
What did I need to do?
Grow up, look at the bigger picture.
And what is the bigger picture?
You tell me.
Well, Right now, it seems like the only thing I needed to do to get this cape was go kill a bear. Oh, a queen.
All you do is do something. Go out. Talk. Hunt. Fight. Observe. You've been passively living under the shades of the tree and the shades of peace, wishing to do more but not. Now you're starting to. So now that will to act, that's what you learned. For now. Takes
I found a family here.
a family? Oh, the devil spawn, right? The purple ones?
Yeah.
Rather noble of you. What'd you do after that?
Not a whole lot.
You're complacent. You're drunk.
He looks over Jarun. He goes, he kind of leans forward a little bit and just furrows his brow and looks at him. He goes, "No, I'm not."
Like you'd make a deception check with disadvantage, please.
That's not right.
That doesn't. You got 19 and 8. Yeah, how do you have plus 10 to your charisma?
I don't
to your
know.
deception check?
I don't know.
But you got 19 and 18.
Yeah, I'm not.
Which is more impressive.
I'm not sure how I have a plus.
10.
Well, it says 11 actually, but that's not right at all. I'm proficient in it, and then my modifier is +4. Is it? Hold on. That's so strange. Do you want me to roll again, or do you just want to take...
I'm taking it.
Okay.
He kind of looks at you. Your eyes and your furrowed eyes. Looking back. Drunk. With ineptitude. Complacent.
He kind of puts his hand up and past his shoulder. He goes, "No, no, no. I've known you too long. I can't lie to you. I'm very drunk."
You had me
I'll be
second
the
guessing
first.
myself for a second.
I'll be the first to admit. However, in the past couple of days, I've been here for 3 years, and I called this place home and found people I cared about. And now it just feels like everybody's hiding something from me. It's like,
Axtolia at home.
what have I been doing miles away from home, and I haven't even tried to go back.
There's always tomorrow. There's always the day after that. Yeah, sure. Maybe the best time for you to try something was 2 years ago. The second best time is tomorrow. Today, right now.
He kind of straightens up when Jordan says right now. He goes,
Hold on.
"I'll be back."
He kind of like stretches out his hand and very lightly puts it on your shoulder. Just maybe not right now. He noticed he's talking in a discernibly different accent than what he normally does. But perhaps soon with your companions. That was it.
Kind of picking up on his different accent. He softens up a little bit. His voice drops into it's a little more surly almost, and he companions. Who?
You rebels, you turtle from the kid wizard.
Ah.
The ghost. The red
Why does
devil.
everyone call him a ghost?
Because he talks like a ghost in your head. He acts like a ghost. Never around, but suddenly there. He interacts like a ghost. He is a ghost to man. And if he makes you look like a go-getter.
That is saying something, but he's just a man.
A hobbit. To be more
A hobbit.
a hobbit.
A hobbit. He's a good friend.
I hope so.
That kid. He's a strange one. He's sure of himself, but hiding something.
Oh, full of secrets.
I keep looking over my shoulder, waiting for that bird to be sitting there, just staring at me.
Kind of like looks over your shoulder to see for a bird staring at him. And just kind of, and like for the briefest of seconds, when he claps, there's a weird arcane blue energy that kind of swirls and forms in his palms and spreads out everywhere. And for a moment, all the rain stops. It's just a moment of just like temporal pausing as he just observes.
Have I ever seen him do this?
No. You've never seen him interact like this at all.
I'm just staring at him, like wide-eyed.
And then he claps again, and then the rain starts just as it did before. And he just kind of keeps looking at it. He's like, yeah, he's not here. Goes back to staring off the horizon.
How long have you known how to do that?
Looks at the sky, thinks to himself. 37 years. 37 years, 8 months, 6 days.
He just kind of smiles. There's not much that I know about you. You seem to know so much about me. I'm not asking for you to spill out your life story, but who are you? You seem like so much more than just a smith and a
There's nothing more to be than a smith. There's nothing more to be than a dasher. There's nothing more to be than a male, a herbalist, an adventurer, a bard, a singer, a dancer, a leader, a king, a king's court, knights, nobles, royals, brothers. There's nothing more to be than that. I am driven, killed, and buried. That is who I am, Kaedan.
Well, hello. It's nice to meet you. I'm not certain we've spoken before.
I don't think we have.
Not with that accent, anyway.
I fell back into it. Something I didn't have to adopt. No, it's late. You're drunk. I'm a little tipsy. It's a weird night. There are spiders roaming down everywhere and a heart that beats 50 feet away from where we are and monkeys that serve our every will. I'm kinda tired of pussyfooting around it.
Well, that's interesting. When I asked you about it, trying not to pussyfoot, the only thing that you wanted to do was be vague with your answers.
The only thing I ever want to do is be vague with my answers.
Why don't you switch it up for a change?
What do you think I'm doing?
Fair. What I know you're doing is sitting with a half-elf, half your age, off the edge of a platform, staring out into nothing. I'm not the one that approached you.
No, you're not, but you look lonely and everybody needs company.
It's not very often you leave your platform.
It's not very often you're a little shit about things.
It's not very often I get the chance to be. All I'm saying is that...
Looks you in the eyes, puts a hand on your shoulder, and says, those chances, they just come and go, don't they? You feel this strange warmth go through you, from your shoulder, to your arm, to your body, to your torso, just like a cleansing, almost. You're stone cold sober.
Hey!
Sorry, but you're getting annoying.
What the hell? I was having fun.
Yeah, a little bit too much fun, if you ask me.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
You got me. I just, I feel like I only ever see you hammering away on your platform, and now you're here with me, drunk.
Hits his own shoulder. You feel him visibly like lighten up a little bit.
Not drunk.
It's only fair. Here, gets up, and just offers you his arms. Just like let's walk and talk.
All right. I'll grab his forearm with my hand and just kind of hoist myself up.
You just kind of start slowly walking through Central Market. All the shops and stores and markets have closed. You walk past the apothecaries, the Felicia's herbs that you went past before earlier. Still noticeable 3 or 4 bags missing from the currency. And says, yeah, heard the devil stole from her. But anyway.
I'm not too certain he's coming back.
Oh, you don't think his people will get him out of trouble?
How'd you find out about that?
Talk to his old master.
Old master?
Yes. I think he might have. Goes by name of Yuli. What a lovely young lass, if you ask me.
Was her master?
Yes. He was born to King's Keep. Lived up in the streets. She took him in as a vagrant. Taught him how to steal, how to kill, how to murder, how to extort. And then when he learned enough, he tried to kill her. She escaped.
Is this the same woman that was always moving around the platforms but never says a word to me?
There's a lot of women like that, friend.
Well, you would... The elf. Black hair. She just moves quickly. I can never pin her down. I've tried to speak with her a few times, but she always just avoids me. I'm not certain why. Maybe she's just not fond of me.
I doubt she really even give you a second chance. She doesn't do that to most people. It took work for her to do that to me. Frankly, I'm not sure why. But here we are. She's kept me up to date on the going-ons of what's going on. guess I haven't left the platform with no one else.
You seem, oddly socially involved for someone who... talker.
You're not wrong. You're not, but I was reminded of somebody earlier today. Somebody I've been letting down.
Mind if I ask who?
Yes.
Fair.
Keeps walking, kind of in pace. Like he just kind of assumes you're gonna pick up with him as he continues to walk. You notice the slight tilt towards the mayor's hall, but it's not really like there. It's not quite meandering, you would say, but it's not but it's not directed.
It's not like deliberate.
Yeah.
He goes, you know, you're so vague with all of your answers, every question I've ever asked you, but even still, sometimes I get the feeling that you know my mother better than I did.
Your mother was a musica. Your grandmother was the musica. I learned from her. Your great grandmother helped found the Red Light Kingdoms.
What?
You have an interesting lineage, Kaedan. You go back far, far, far deeper in our history than you can ever imagine. Far more than my family, and that's saying quite a bit.
What?
What?
Did my father know?
No. She never told him.
Did mother know?
Yes.
Why?
It's something that she had to do. It's something every woman in your family has to do. It's a gift. You get to foresight or whatever. We used to rely on them, on all their family, for predicting what could be seen, taking what cities could never expect it, things like that. Very powerful gift. She saw something one day, her mother did, left it, had her. Mother kept living, stayed here for a while, was born and raised. She's a lovely woman. And she had a vision, something left to the sea about. She came back, and she's gone. Probably saw something that she had to do with Quran, maybe to form you two. We don't know. She keeps to herself. She has a magical gift.
And what does that make me?
Remember, we're the most powerful families in the entire known world. That's what. Somewhere in there. Or you might have Quran in you. He's always an asshole. Well kept asshole, but an asshole all the same. I'm interested to see where you fall. Kind of turns and looks at you.
My family's always been a disgrace.
No. You think it's a disgrace. Your father, for all his faults, made Siobhan a bustling city out of nothing. Your mother left to try to protect something. We don't know what. And before that, you only thought of it as a disgrace because you thought yourself a disgrace. But that isn't true. You're still young.
Take a look around.
I see it. Starts looking around.
Where are they?
I don't know that much.
They were torn apart almost as quickly as they were created. My mother and sister are gone. My father is a slave. And I'm here. A drunk in a forest.
kind of wags his finger in front of your face and just kind of pokes the middle of your chest a little bit. It's like, yes, you are here, free here, free to do whatever you like, free to do whatever you want, even right now, especially right now. Nothing's certain. Nothing's set in stone.
What do you think I should do when I see my father?
I can't answer that.
Neither can I.
I barely know the man. I know him from word and reputation. I'm not all seeing. I just remember everything.
You're not like my mother.
No one is, son. No one is.
I can't believe I never knew.
You didn't tell much. There's only one reason I know. You definitely didn't try to tell me.
I can't believe it doesn't change my perception of her.
I don't doubt that. Even
She's
without knowing that, I'm sure I believe she'd be marvelous with you.
she's still just my mother. That's all she ever needed to be. She's an oracle, that's fine, but what does it change?
Nothing.
Nothing. How did you find out?
What's my name again? What's my name?
Jaroon something. I was still drunk when you said.
Jaroon killed the third.
Killed the third.
What's our king's name?
Mango, what's the king's name?
Var killed the fourth.
Oh boy. Mango. Var killed the Oh boy. How old are you?
Not that old.
How old is he?
All killed. At 32, by my count. I'm not his father. I'm his father's brother. That's right.
You're his uncle?
Yes.
What are you doing here?
Trying to get away from it. Trying and failing to get away from it. My son. Not my son. But I treated him like it when I could. But the current king, he sent me away here. It's a gift, a favor, for what I did to the kingdom. He's cast me. Could have been worse. Could have been killed. But he was merciful, and no one else could really disagree, considering he had his divine right.
I'm sure they overreacted.
I murdered my brother.
Perhaps they didn't overreact.
I murdered my brother because he was insane. And he was driving our kingdom and every kingdom around it to ruin. And nobody could stop him, besides me. Was it the right thing to do? That haunts me. To this day, that haunts me. But
Are you certain you're not still drunk?
stone, cold, still. Kaedan. He kind of like realizes he messed up his words, and then does a little bit on his cheek at the same thing. And his eyes visibly brighten a little bit more. Turns out he was cheating on you, and he was still slightly drunk. Stone cold son. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. I just haven't been saying anything for so long. Eventually the words come out.
I am sorry.
Okay. I've ruined this world you inherited. And everything about it.
I don't think that you ruined anything.
20 years I followed every single order my brother gave. 20 years. 15 of those years he was insane. He ordered anything. He was paranoid. He slept with a sword underneath his pillow. He slept with a sword over his pillow. He had 3 bodyguards. He went to bed maybe once every week in such fear of his own life. He slaughtered kingdoms that looked at him weird. He slaughtered kingdoms that shortened his name. He did it all. Every order he gave, we followed. Loyally, blindlessly, without a single thought to ourselves. Every single time. Onslaught, devastation, rebellions quenched, and nights. And we loved it. We're the most powerful force in the world. Everything we have, everything the Relic Kingdoms has, came from him. His mad quest for power.
My great-grandmother played into this?
The great-grandmother left. And the very next day was when he started going mad. Maybe she saw that he had to put into some great display of fates 20 years from now. Maybe everything's wrong. Maybe the oracles have been lying to all our families for all these years. Who knows? Who cares? It's all happened already. Doesn't matter why.
That's strange. So curious. That our families were intertwined for so long. How long have you known?
Forever. Something good. I was the king's right-hand man. I was his brother. After all, I was second in line for the throne. Technically, I still was. I gave it away to without kill. Even when I killed him. That's the worst part of this kingdom. The moment I killed my brother, I became the king. There's nothing anybody could do to stop me.
Is that why Varys was here?
Has he told you why he's here yet?
No.
I have no wish to disclose that information with you. It doesn't matter too much. He knows who I am. The Magic are all know.
Magicar.
Our elite group of magicians. Servants, researchers, warriors, slaughterers. All of them. All the same. All so lustful for power. You get them when they're kids. When they're malleable. When they don't know the definition of loyalty and we beat it into them. Senselessly. So the only thing they can do is follow their orders. And then we set them free. We say, do what you like. Just follow the orders if they come. And every single one always does. I doubt little Vale will be an exception.
Is he dangerous?
Every man is dangerous. But none more than you, or me, or anyone really. He's dangerous to himself.
Okay. Is he safe to be around?
Oh, yes. So your goals align, you two.
He says he needs Indeceive.
Doesn't everyone?
What is the issue there? Why does everybody need to get there? Why?
You go underground, did you understand? Until then, I will not tell you. Not even Bad knows why. He just knows that he has to. Only I and the king know.
You're not going to tell me, are you?
Of course not. I told you enough. No need to add that to the pile. It'll take too long to explain anyway. We don't have all night.
Do you know how to get in?
I have a couple
The
ideas.
best way?
But I've been standing on my platform. I know word of mouth and my own information. I, personally, would rather breach the gate, go underneath and around the cliffside, or bury my way through the farm.
Through the what?
Through the farms. The burnt farms. They burnt them all to allow for greater line of sight after you escape through them. So that they're looking for people. There's still some of them burnt, and you had old irrigation tunnels. That was buried from that to the caverns. They might be able to link up. Especially since they've been digging.
We'll use that then.
Probably a good bet.
That's what Key's mom was telling me about.
It's a shame we didn't try to rescue her later when she knew more.
No. No. She's more than just a resource.
You're right.
She should have been reunited with Key as quickly as possible.
You're right. Of course, that was the old me speaking. But
What do you know of the Zoyu Empire?
they're a lot like us, but they're not at all. They live off merit, skill. All their warriors, they're not born from it. They're molded into it by reputation, by conquest, by victory, by skill, by ability. They all earn it. They all deserve it. They conquer to survive. The mainland's nothing. It's desolate. It's a massive boneyard of what they claim to be an ancient dragon, just drifting along the sea. So they conquer islands, other continents, other worlds. They try. Skilled, dangerous, very experienced, but also very foolish. They don't think too much before they act, because they're greed. They never look in the past to see what they need. They very rarely use magic. But they're not barbarians. Nobody is.
And he just keeps walking with him.
Drune collapses on the ground in front of you, reading.
I'm sorry?
Drune collapses on the ground in front of you, reading. You see a black steam and wisps of smoke just kind of start erupting from him, from his sides.
Does it seem magical? What?
It seems magical. It seems like something is like violently getting out. You're unsure what, and then he starts hacking and coughing. As soon as he does, a black ghastly smoke juts out of his mouth, off his nasals, shoots up in the air. It turns for a second. You swear you see a face in it, like a ghastly face with 2 holes for eyes and a massive gaping clawed mouth, looking at you in like a grin, and then it dissipates out above the skyline into the trees. And in front of you is just Darun, stone cold, not moving.
I'm gonna immediately once I see it, I'm gonna kneel down and put my hand on his shoulder and just mutter a few arcane words, and a faint yellow energy kind of comes from my palm, spreading onto my fingertips and down into his skin, and I'll cast Healing Word. See if that does anything.
He it racks him through. He does this one last massive shudder, and then his eyes just kind of burst open. There's a small white flame that comes out of it, and then they close, and they reopen again, and it's Darun's face, as you know, and he just kind of turns. Hello, Kaedan. It's nice to see you. Where are we? What?
Do you have any idea what you just did? What do you remember? What day is it?
He perfectly lists off the day, there's the time. It says, and then he just kind of comes to a stop and says, I had the weirdest dream.
What kind of dream?
Darkness. Like I was being mauled or something.
Interesting.
He opens up his eyes wider when he comes to realization, and he turns and he stares at you and looks at you once again. It wasn't a dream, was it?
No, not at all.
So you heard everything I said.
Tell me, are you cursed by something?
No, nothing of the sort. I was attacked. Middle of the night.
By
The devils. They came
Devils.
They came and stole the gauntlet. Left me something and left.
Who?
He's talking in his normal voice now, his deeper, gruff voice that you recognize.
Yeah, who?
Woman, blonde hair, curly. She has a lift with a step. She's been stopping by here and by before. A black orc. A long-haired man with a gray scar upon his mark. They all wore the same dark black and red clothing. They left. I think they're part of that Devil's group.
This isn't that band of adventurers that we had run into, right?
It doesn't match their descriptions.
Okay. Do they sound familiar at all?
One of them does. Two of them
Which
do.
one?
One of them sounds like the woman that Abaddon met with that dropped down to him, and the other one sounds like the orc that he sent off to try to kill the mayor. The other one.
So they're affiliated with Abaddon then?
Yes. Still, got into my head. Thought it was a dream.
Do you know which way they went?
No. It could be anywhere. Probably back home, wherever that is.
Well, I recommend that you do two things. First, go to the medical platform. I don't know what they hit you with, but if you had seen what just came out of your body, you would be as worried as I am. And I'm just gonna grab him and turn him around and start heading towards the medical platform.
It kind of stumbles along with you, but for the first while you keep talking, but the longer the conversation goes on, for about 30 or 45 seconds, he starts gradually getting his pace back up, or starts getting his back out better. He stops drooping his head, and after about a minute, he morphs back into the stoic smith that you know and love. It's about when you're almost at the medical platform, and he's on the central, but you're still on central, about to go on the rope. And he's like, honestly, I think I'm fine. But what was the second thing that you were going to say while you walked?
Second thing is that tomorrow in the morning, or just whenever I see him next, I'll grab Darius and we'll find him.
Nothing I said was a lie. Nothing I said was a lie. They got in my head.
He just kind of thinks about all the things that people have been hiding from him for the past couple of years.
You don't deserve that. You don't deserve the fate's been giving you, I can say that much. Probably.
It doesn't matter.
What does? Kind of goes a little bit back into his shell that you know him of, back into the Druin that you knew for the past 3 years. I need to be alone. He just turns around and walks off.
Jeroen.
What?
Thank you.
I hope you find them. And he keeps walking. He kind of left alone. 3:30, 4 in the morning.
I'm gonna fix that man one day.
He disappears from your sight as he continues to walk. That shade of what he was just gone. You look up to the sky for a moment. You don't see that ghastly smoke, whatever it was. It's bad. Happy you didn't get hit by it. In some sort of weird way, however you think about it. But it seems wrong.
He's angry. He's angry.
Kaedan is? Why is he angry?
His This man hasn't done anything wrong. He's got his shit stolen by a band of thieves. It's important to him. It's not right. He's gotta get it back. He's got to.
You're kind of like a quick scurrying of the boots on wood to your left towards the medical platform. You see like a figure with a torch. Seems like to be like a slight figure, thin, kind of shaken out. You hear a very distant, "Honey, are you alright?" Just like waving off to you.
Waving off to me?
Yeah, she sees you. You assume in the commotion or something. She heard something. Went to check it out. That's the last light you see of an Axtolia. Everything else is dark. Just slowly waving.
I'll head over that way. Just kind of slowly and just.
It's short. It's to the medical platform. It's only one rope. And
Yeah.
it's a half rope, so you don't even touch all the way to the ground. You only go like a quarter of the way, only like maybe 20-25 feet. You swing up, touch the ground. I heard something. Is everything all right? It's the same nurse who took care of Richard.
The dwarven woman?
Yes.
I just kind of look around and. Yeah, no. Everything's fine. I might be overstepping a boundary here. Do you think that you could check up on Jaroon for me?
Jaroon?
Jaroon.
What does he need? I don't think I've ever heard him in trouble. She starts piecing through the rest of her, like a portable first aid kit, like salves, medicines, and like a cloth woven bag. The mere mention that someone needs help, and that person is someone that like never needs help, seemingly enough sprung her into action.
Yeah,
It's like rapidly packing with her back towards you, but it still like drills you the question, like, what's wrong with him?
Names, give me names. And I'll just like really quick. It's like, hold on, no, I don't think that you need all of that. He's not in any like mortal danger or anything like that. The only
What the hell?
something he got hit with something magical. Somebody stole some things off of his platform, and I just watched him throw up gas. I don't know. It was also strange and quick. He's acting normal.
She sets her step down and turns and looks at you, and then starts like leaning in, really looks at you, and reaches up to put her hand on your forehead to make sure that you're.
I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Like, what are you doing?
Are you sure you're good, honey?
Yeah, it's been a long night.
Yeah, maybe you should go get some sleep. I'll tell you what. How about first thing tomorrow? I'll check in on him. All right?
I don't think he needs. It's more a mental thing. I don't know. It was strange. It was like halfway through talking and acting like a completely different person. I don't know. He was more open. You know, Jaroon. He doesn't say anything to anybody.
No.
Yeah.
Sure. I know him then.
He doesn't say anything to any. He just told me his life story. Doesn't that sound strange?
Well, yeah, but now I want to know what his life story is. Starts like thinking off the stuff. Is he a serial killer?
No, he's actually Mango. What I know what the capital of the Rayla Kingdoms is?
Yeah, King's Keep.
King's Keep. Mango. He's actually the owner of an old bakery that was shut down in King's Keep years ago.
Really?
Yes.
The room knows how to bake.
Yes, I know. Isn't that strange?
Make a deception check.
Oh,
Just flat.
no, that's not right either. It should be a.
You can't get below 18.
It should be below a Or no. It should be a +6.
Yeah, it should. That's what it says.
Is that what it says? It says it's a +5 for me.
Like it says it should be. Okay, now it says +5. Yeah, you're right. It should. Like I'm looking at it. I'm seeing that it should be a +6. Roll it. Yeah, now it's saying +5.
That's so odd.
She kind of looks at you. Her eyes a little bit narrow. Yeah, that is pretty funny. I wonder what a baker like him is doing all the way out here. Not saying anything. It doesn't sound like it'd be a very good business. You know, baking without talking. Maybe the food for himself? So it's like rattling off like 6 or 7 different like things that would constitute a like a mute bakery. Huh.
I was just kind of mused to myself, just kind of quietly. Man, maybe that's why it went out of business. He wouldn't talk to any of his customers.
I bet that's right, huh? I need to ask him about that.
Well, I don't know. He gets kind of, you know.
Oh, I'll get to him. I'll
I made a mistake.
Just gonna, like waves off to him. Yeah. I'll say I overheard it from someone else. That way you didn't, get in trouble. I know he's your little friend or whatever. And you can fix your armor or something.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you could do me a big favor.
What?
If you mention it to him, would you tell him when he asks you who you heard that from that you heard it from a man named Varys?
Varys? Sure, yeah.
Wonderful, thank you.
Whatever, yeah.
No, but
get to bed.
Yeah, really, I would
You
really
get to bed
appreciate
too?
it.
She kind of like points to you.
I will,
But she's about half your height, so you have to point up a little bit. But you still
Point
feel like
up,
you're
yeah.
pointing down. I don't know. It feels equivalent, but also doesn't. She's like, you should get to bed too.
Okay,
Late hours
yeah,
like these isn't good for people.
you're right. I will.
Stop drinking so much.
How did you know I was drinking?
Everybody knows you're drinking. We're down to 60. What do you
He
think?
kind of like quietly mutters off to himself. He's like, "Man, maybe I should quit drinking."
Don't mumble either. It's unbecoming.
Is there anything I can do to like make you proud at all?
Just stop drinking. All right?
I can't.
Yeah, man, fair. That's what everybody says. Next time I catch you drinking, I'm gonna beat you to death with this. She brings out like a broom that she was swinging. I will. All right? You promise me? She,
You know what?
Gestures the broom. The end of the handle is like pointing towards you, like she's pointing it at you. It's like a little bit missing. It's like a foot away. It's like, all right?
Oh, you know what? I'll make a deal with you. If I don't stay sober for at least a week, you can beat the shit out of me with that broom.
That sounds like a deal to me.
There we go.
Time starts now.
Perfect.
Go to bed. She like goes over to an side room where the nurses keep her stuff, and also where you guys where she probably sleeps, and just slams it, and then like 2 seconds later opens it back up. I'm watching you. Slams it again.
Oh my god. I'm watching you. Oh man. This forest. It really just brings out the best in people sometimes. just kind of grins to himself and turns around, puts his hands behind his head, and just kind of walks. He goes, kind of thinks to himself, he goes, man, I wonder how hard she can hit with that broom.
It's just a mental imagery of just her against like a small army of like monstrosities equipped with a broom. Just like a pile of bodies bleeding all.
I kind of like take the mental picture and, just kind of snicker to myself a little bit and start heading back towards the vertical platform. And then about halfway through, I think about the promise I made and maybe next week. Turn back around. How late is it?
Right now it's probably about almost 5 in the morning. You can actually see the very brief breeze of a eastern wind pick up, and the horizon starts to very slightly brighten from that dark jet black to a slight dark gray.
It's beautiful. It looks like Jeroen's hair. Oh, do I know what the chances of Mayor being awake are?
He tries to get to bed sometime reasonably early to be with his wife and his kid. But you also know that he gets up at a obscenely early hour or two to watch over things. Because a market square, based on your calculation, is going to open up about an hour. So people are always going to start wrestling. You already hear more commotion now as you're leaving than you did throughout the rest of that night as you hear people start to slowly stir. So you feel like a slight walk, you'll probably be able to meet him.
Let's start heading towards his platform.
Just it's an overstepping, like a step up, a small flight of stairs that comes up from it and watches over the 2 rows of market square houses that live outside. Kind of watches over everything. It's hollowed out part of the tree that's beautifully carved from the inside. Almost looks like ornate marble, but it's all wood, all of it. And you notice like everything that's built into it is built from the tree itself. It's not separated. So chairs, legs are built from the tree. They don't move. The desks, the chairs, everything about it is lit from that tree, from the exact tree. So it's all like an intricate carving. There's old carpets filled with beautiful imagery of a hill, a dark mossy green hill with rain coming out from on top of it, with a tree being struck by lightning in the center of it. There's one of the 5 moons that watch over everything in a perfect circle, and in the middle of it's the sun, and the sun's like being half grabbed by an unknown like dark black figure that warps into the rest of it. There's a beacon of 6 blades that all stretch out from one corner to the other, all beautifully intricate and all extremely different. Some look like they're built by elves, by dwarves, by man, by gods, by devils, by everything. Just like a semblance of the old pacts of the old ways, the old kingdoms. There's pots, spaces, and everything. It's a beautiful, beautiful artsy piece. There's no one else inside of it. You're currently, for the first time in a while, very much alone into it, and just taking it all in.
Do I understand like any of the significance of them?
Yeah, which do you want to know about all of them, or
The beacon of blades.
Beacon of Blades, is back from the old pact where everything needed to come together. 300 years ago, before the way that kingdom was formed, there was a disaster that struck the continent, and almost everything got wiped out. The only civilizations that managed to survive were ones that banded together, threw away all their old wars, their old culture differences, everything about it, and just banded together as people against monsters. The blades were beacons of that representation. they're gifts from them. They're like the great forges that came up with them, and people's leaders, a representative of each of them, band together and had one of those blades, and together they helped defend the city from disaster. And that city started the birth of the Red Kingdoms themselves. It was like these, and each blade is a representation of that hero.
Really cool. Do I don't know how to ask the question. Knowing about my great-grandmother, do I get the sense that she was one of those 6 blades?
Based off your knowledge of generational history, your grandmother was
way
around
before.
during that time, but she didn't own. She wouldn't be a blade wielder.
Okay.
Although you don't know anything about your family, you're fairly certain that she wasn't one of the great warriors.
Cool. Really cool.
Or
Just kind of stare at it for a little bit.
Yeah, it's super intricate. It's every single detail of it is like intricately woven. It's old. It's older than you by hundreds of years, and it's in perfect condition. You see it ever expertly maintained. It's actually slightly encased by a small R. It's kind of like what the trees have when they knit themselves back together. That anytime you see like a small spider run across it, and it just disappears into a small, almost invisible burst of blue energy that just wipes it off completely. It's some sort of protective thing from the tree itself that ensures that it stays in its perfect condition. As you stay just staring at it, that's when you hear a set of footsteps coming up from behind you, through the archway of the front door, very slowly, very meanderingly. Hello there! Kaedan! You look around, you look behind you, it's the mayor. I didn't expect to be seen this early.
Didn't expect you to be up this early.
Oh, you know, got a town to run. He just kind of looks back at the town that's all doing it all themselves without any of his guidance. And he's just like, yeah. Very important things, my job. He kind of like turns and looks at you.
Said, do you get paid to do this job, Mayor?
Oh, no. I've been doing it as long as I can remember. Yeah, as long as I can remember. It's easy to win an election when nobody else runs against you, you know?
Oh, I know. I can't think of anybody better to run a town like this.
Well, thank you so much. You know,
You're welcome.
I never get tired of listening to those wisecracks of you, so see ya. What can I do for you? I'm sure you need me for something.
Well, I came back by so we could continue the conversation that I had tried to initiate earlier last night, but...
Oh, yes.
Bad time, I guess.
Well, isn't everything a bad time? But nothing seems to be happening yet, so... Come on, take a seat. He sits in the middle of his front door, just sitting on the ground with his arms back and his legs crossed, just kind of staring at the town and its ongoings. And he just kind of pats his right side with his hand so he can sit by him.
Yeah, I'll sit right next to him.
He's
I was just kind of...
He's like, when you're sitting down, you're about roughly the same height. He only has a couple inches higher than you because most of it is his legs that are so long that they stretch out probably a solid foot past yours. Or like his kind of, he looks just like a half monkey. It's very hard to describe. He has the proportions of a man, but the appearance of a monkey.
Okay. That works.
But you know, he's a friendly guy.
Yeah, and I just kind of watched the town start to wake up with him, and I say, I may have come off a little bit too strong the first time that I asked.
That's okay.
I don't want to worry you or make you think that I think that this place is evil or something, but you must understand that I've recently discovered that there's something going on here that I'm not aware of. And I think...
Every day I look at the sun and I don't know how it's doing that, but that doesn't mean it's not happening, you know?
Mayor.
Yeah. kind of like turns into this big, dumb, goofy grin on his face. But then he sees that you're kind of serious about it, and he kind of like visibly like seriously like melts it a little bit. So like his eyes still have that twinkle in his eyes, but they get kind of more serious, and his big grin turns a very small grin.
Yeah, I mean, I'll grin back at him. He said, like I said, I don't want to worry you, but you'd be doing me a really big favor if you helped me understand what's free.
Kind of like purses his lips a little bit, nods at you expectantly. You a fan of old poetry?
Old poetry?
Yeah, I don't know if you look the type. I frankly haven't met someone who is the type.
Well, I love songs.
Well, it's kind of like a song, I think.
Ah, what the hell?
Okay.
Tell me.
This is the best thing I got. He kind of like starts tapping his he only has 6 toes, but they all have about the dexterity of like a finger, only about half the size. And he starts like tapping the ground right in front of him, this wood, and it starts reverberating in this beautiful way. It just kind of like totally matches the beat and the sounds of what he's playing. When he picks up, it goes faster. When he goes slower, it goes to a more trotting experience. It gets you kind of invested into it in a way, but it's never like overwhelmed, just in the background as he starts to talk. There was a prince long ago who was waited upon hand, cat points to his hand, and foot, and he points out to his feet. His dominions was the woods, he stretches out. Can you see the camera?
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, I was wondering if you could see me, because I could just like do it all.
No, yeah.
Describe it. Okay, cool. His dominion of the woods, and his instrument of choice was a well-crafted flute. And he kind of like goes to his hands and goes to the side, and he whistles, and it sounds exactly like a flute when he does it. Oh,
I just kind of like widen my eyes and like pull my neck back a little bit. I'm like, what the hell? How did you do that? And then I just drop it. I'm like, never, keep going.
Kind of winks at you again. His brothers were strong, capable warriors who defended their high-up kingdom. His sisters were wise and scholars who researched their grand dominion. Dominion was right. But the prince was not strong in might. His arm only carried his songs. The prince was not wise. He would never open a book while his days were so long. He was just a little, kind of like a spoiled brat. He was enabled by peasant workers that he commanded to his death. He would be damned not to be surrounded by the pleasures while he grew breath. You have to understand, I apologize for all vulgarity in this poem. I didn't write it. So he lounged and he strung his lute. And he got quite good at it too. His father kind of just ignored him. He was seeking better sons and things to do. His servants, though ever loyal, were relied upon for every encounter. Their stress bred success, as meanwhile the prince's muse became ever louder. His songs became legend, a sensation for the world to hear. His power grew stronger, and soon he captured the kingdom's ear. The prince grew arrogant, and a fell night overthrew his father. The prince held the crown, now he knew nothing would be a bother. For the prince became bothered, and he became bothered quick. His servants had faltered, they were stricken sick. The now dead sisters had cast a spell. The upheaved rebellion quickly fell. Surrounded by nothing but his former slaves, the prince lashed out, he became enraged. He shouted and pled for a different way, and found one indeed the very next day. He was born anew of fur and bone. His muse faltered, sung barely a song. His mouth had changed, his words had left it. His servants had morphed, their powers gone from them. He'd been cursed, the last prince of the woods, the servant evermore. The Dominion prince could not stand by to sit back anymore. He was moved to action to help any and every soul he could. His servants followed the new master, now the ever-watching wood. His heart has gone, and with it too the kingdom of man and of bone. Of the woods it was, high up where the folly of civilization had gone. They grew themselves from lost sheep who were destined for the next realm. They stole from the dead and kept themselves strong to serve the highest helm. Thus the prince lies evermore until the end of his very much days. His lifespan lengthened with his hair, and his servitude never changed. He could not speak about his past, nor could his intention ever be stayed. There he stands, ruling over a kingdom that never ceased to amaze. He kind of ends it all with his hands floating wide. That's all I got.
So there's a prince's heart beating inside of a tree, and people are being turned into Axtolians because of a curse.
Honestly, your guess is as good as mine. I personally think, and this is just me, I personally think it's about it's a prequel to the next one, the Princess of the Ocean. And they all got married in a big castle, and then they eat lots of pie. That's what I think's going on. He grins to himself as he goes thinking about pie.
As he says that, Kaedan laughs just like that. He goes, maybe I should ask Jeroen.
He'd probably know. He probably knows a little bit more. He's a smart fellow, that guy. We got something up there.
Mayor, how do I know you're not lying to me?
I honestly don't know how to do it. You can roll an insight check if you'd like.
Yeah, I get the sense that, like, after the first time I asked him and all the Axtolians, like, surrounded me, that, like, he knows a little bit more than he might be letting on. I feel like he's not this dopey. Is he really this dopey?
Make an insight check.
Fuck. Hey!
So, based on what you've seen from the mayor so far, you've never seen him ever tell a lie or anything experience. He does seem to live life in a very happy way.
Okay.
A very peaceful way. He knows things, but he doesn't follow up on it, right? Like, he can say the most inspirational, motivational shit or soul-searching stuff the first second, and then follow it up with something completely insane the next.
Right, like the pie thing.
Yeah, it's like he's cursed, or not even just cursed, but it's such a strange dichotomy from what he does know and what he doesn't, and when he does talk about the deep things, it's like he's not talking, but like something else is. So you get the feeling that he's not lying to you about this, that he really does, he knows his poem, but he's also not lying when he says he thinks it might just be about pie.
I just kind of look at him. I'm like, you are so interesting.
Thank you, Sia. Kind of pats the top of your head. And he stops, and he takes something out. It was a little bug that was scurrying through your hair, and he just pops it in his mouth and eats it. Thank you.
You know, I saw a woman. I forget her name. She had passed away here just recently. But when I was inside the tree, I saw her transforming into an Axtolian. Do you think that you used to be someone else? You can talk. You're not like the others.
Well, I mean, some of them can.
Most of them don't.
Keeper can.
Keeper...
Tanner can. Drinker
Well.
can.
But how many of them can't?
Oh, quite a few.
So what
Or maybe
makes
they're
you
just never in
different,
the
do you
mood.
think? That may be the case.
But I don't know. I mean, I'm the mayor. I have to talk.
I suppose all mayors do have to talk.
Yeah, it's very important for the job.
You do have a city to look after,
Well, dope,
after
yes.
all.
And look, let's look at it. It's about the sun is just creeping over the tree line horizon. It's going like a perfect, like a window seal of the church kind of light over the market square. It just barely encompasses it. Everything else is darkness, but the middle of its life, and it's just a small, little bustling place. People all over the side. They have their stock, their merchandise, their items, their fruit, their plants, their everything that they have. Little things. There's kids running around. You see Key off to the side, running with his bear that you put on for the eye, and the old tiefling woman who gave him those robes so long 3 years ago, looking after him. It's kind of laughing. There's people talking amongst themselves. Some of them wave up to you guys, to you and Mayor, when they see you, and they keep going. And it's nice. The rain finally stops. It's just a sunny day in a place that is full of really weird shit and really nice things.
It is nice.
You're just sitting there.
Just
under the
kinda-
sun.
Slowly lift my hand, put it on Mayor's shoulder. Say, maybe I shouldn't be concerned.
Kinda nods.
You know what you're doing.
I think you'll be alright. And that's when the session's gonna end.
Alright.
So.
I still have so many more questions.
I know you do.
You stopped me right before I was about to ask another, and I was like, no!
I know. That could be handled later, Jack. Come on.
I need more, Ethan.
I know you need more.
I need more.